What's up, guys? This is Ian, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 5 match in the League of Extraordinary Trainers against Coach Wower and the Buenos Aires Bunnelbies. This is our last inter-divisional match, and this is also a very key match since both of our teams are 2-2, and we're both 1-1 in our division. So this is probably the most important match we've played up until this part this season. Yeah, so that's the biggest thing here. So I'm just gonna move along into the here we go. Here's team preview. So on Wower's team, he has Aegislash, Landerstherian, Volcanion, Conkeldurr, Gardevoir, Serena, Noivern, Silvally, Piloswine, Megabanet, and Electros. He did just trade Bisharp for Aegislash, and he dropped Minior for Electros the week prior that were active this week. So we see that he brought both of his new additions actually in Aegislash and Electros. I was really expecting to see Conkeldurr, Serena, or Noivern, which he didn't bring. I was not expecting to see Electros, so that kind of caught me off guard. It's worthy to note that he only has one Z-move user on his team available this game in Silvally. Oh, it actually shows the Silvally type, I think, on there. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe my eyes are just going, but that's a thing. It's also worthy to note that he has no Mon breaking base 100 on his team besides Noivern, and he did not bring Noivern, so a lot of my Mons are going to outspeed his naturally, unless he's got some Scarfed. The biggest threat to my team is an Assault-Vested Volcanion, because Manaphy can't sweep against an Assault-Vested Volcanion. Even a +3 Ancient Power does not kill that thing. We do have Hidden Tech there, which I'll get into in a second. His Hazard Setters that he has available to him is Landorus with Stealth Rocks. He has no Hazard Removal available to him. He has priority in Aegislash with Shadow Sneak, and Bayonet with Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch available to him. Things I'm expecting to see Scarfed are Landerstherian, and that's pretty much it. I have some math down here for Scarfed Silvally because it's faster than Scarfed Landerstherian, but I don't think it's as much of a threat to my team. So if you haven't seen my team builder, then let's just run through what I'm bringing against Wower. I'm bringing a physically offensive 3 attacks plus rocks Mamoswine. We're bringing a Life Orb Regenerator, Landerstherian, I don't know what to call it, Landerstherian Draw? Bait? It's bait for Landerstherian. My Mienshao is bait for Landerstherian, with 3 physical attacks and Hidden Power Ice. We're bringing a Choice Scarfed offensive Rotom Heat. We're bringing a Shukaberry Shift Gear 3 attacks Magearna. We're bringing a Lumberry standard Mimikyu set, and we are bringing our Tail Glow 3 attacks Rockium Z Manaphy. So in this team preview, I was thinking to myself, well, his best leads are probably Landorus or Electros, and my best lead is going to be my Mienshao because I naturally outspeed both of them, and we can find out if the Landorus is Scarf turn 1. So I'm just going to lead with my Mienshao, and we'll see what Wower is going to lead with here. He is going to lead with his Electros, so, and there's our Mienshao. So right off the bat here, I notice I can do a ton of damage to this thing with knockoff. Knockoff its Assault Vest or whatever item it may have. Potentially it's got like a Wiki Berry or something like that on there. I know I saw that on a Tapu Fini last week, and I was kind of shocked by that too. So I'm just going to click knockoff here, and he's actually going to go out into his Mega Bayonet to potentially take like a U-turn or something, and I crit it, and I actually kill it. So Mega Bayonet was a big threat to my team, specifically Mimikyu, because of its Prankster Destiny Bond, and it could just like take care of my Mimikyu, which could set up in its face. It also has a really high attack stat, and it could one-shot Mimikyu after Disguise was broken. So that's a large threat to my team down right off the bat. It actually threatened Magearna and Manaphy too, so you know my threats to my setup are gone now. The threat to my setup is gone now in Mega Bayonet, so I'm really happy about seeing that. And he is going to go out into his Landerstherian here, thinking that he can deal with me by getting off the Intimidate. I still have no idea if this is Scarfed, but we are luring, we're Lando Lure, there we go, Lure, that was Frost idea, by the way. So I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice here, because there's no way he knows that I have it. And we see that with that roll, if I'd had the special attack if I'd had my investment in special attack instead of defense, I probably kill the Lando, but we'll be happy that we have the defense investment later, and you guys will see why. So I get the HP Ice off as he's going to set up his Stealth Rocks, thinking that he's threatening me out by just being there, and now his Lando's pretty much useless. He doesn't have a Wish Passer left on his team, and his Landorus, we know, is now not Scarfed, or actually it could be Scarfed with Stealth Rocks, to be fair. I didn't even think about that. No, it can't be Scarfed because we saw that we're faster and more Life Orb. So we know it's not Scarfed. And it's basically useless. It's just stopping Rotom Heat from Volt Switching around because it's a ground type. And he's going to double out into the Volcanion here on my... on what he's going to predict to be another Hidden Power Ice, but I'm actually going to knock off here because I know it's my best move, and especially if he's going to switch into something, I'd rather get a item off of it. We did just see that he had the Assault Vest on the Volcanion, which is what I was predicting. Also the biggest problem to my team. So now the Assault Vest gone, that's really good. At this point, I'm just going to click U-turn because it's a no drawback play for me to just click U-turn. I know I'm faster than him since he's Assault Vest, and I can go into Manaphy to take any hit he wants to go to do. I was actually kind of threatened by a Steam Eruption here because Manaphy is pretty much my only switch into a Steam Eruption. I can like deal with Volcanion after something dies, but it's essentially pick a sack. So I'm gonna U-turn out into my Manaphy here, and we are gonna regenerate a lot of that HP back that we just lost from Life Orb. So here's our Manaphy, and we're gonna eat a Steam Eruption, which is a stupid move, and of course it burns me because why would it not burn me? This hinders my Manaphy a little bit just by getting some residual damage on it because we're not running Leftovers and we're not running Rain Dance to hydration it off. But I don't know what he knows about my playstyle necessarily. But I'm just gonna click the Rocky MZ here because obviously if I click Surf, I'm healing him, so that's not gonna be good. And my other move is Ice Beam, I think. I know Ancient Power is not killing from this range. I don't know what he's going to want to do. Maybe like HP Grass. Another Steam Eruption plus burn damage probably kills me from here actually too. So I'm just going to go click Rocky MZ here. Get that nice Continental Crush animation off. Pretty neat tech actually. I don't think people would expect Continental Crush Manaphy for the most part. Nice little bit of thinking. I mean, this was the only thing hardwalling my Manaphy for dealing with the rest of his team anyways. And so now Volcanion's out of the way, and he's going to go out into Electros here, which threatens me out with a potential Thunderbolt, Volt Switch. We still have no idea what this Electros is going to do to me. So I'm just going to go out into my Mamoswine here, and try and flinch this thing down with Never Melt Ice Cold Crashes as he shows me the coil. So I see that he's physically offensive now. We know that he's definitely not Assault Vest because he clicked that. So I'm just going to try and flinch him down with some Ice Cold Crashes here. Hopefully hit the Ice Cold Crashes, that'd be good. We do hit the first one, and he gets the Drain Punch off, which is doing so much damage at +1. It's just, he gets a lot of health back. And now I kind of have to hope for the flinch, otherwise I'm basically just sacking Mamo here. So I'm going to click Ice Cold Crash again, hope for the flinch, and we hit it, but we don't get the flinch. His Drain Punch is not going to get him nearly as much health back because we were only at like 30%, which lets me go into my my Rotom Heat. Lets me go to my Rotom Heat here. I can click Overheat, and it's going to kill that thing because I know he's not Assault Vested. He does double out into the Silvally, which can't take 2 of these, and I know he's not faster than me unless he's Scarfed, which we see he's not, so I just kill the Silvally with 2 Overheats, and he's going to go back out into Electros, which can now eat a -4 Overheat. So I'm going to go out into my Mimikyu here, which can take whatever he wants to go for. I'm expecting him to set up with Coil, so my Disguise won't get broken, which he does. So now I'm going to click Swords Dance, because I get a free setup with Disguise. He's going to click Coil again, so now he's +2 defense, +2 attack, and I'm +2 attack. I'm just going to click Shadow Claw here, hope for the crit. It does enough where he's now in Play Rough range, and his Thunder Punch breaks my Disguise. Unfortunately, it paralyzes me, so my Lumberry goes off. I was hoping to save that Lumberry for later. In the end, it didn't really matter. Based on what we know, he only has 3 Mons left. He has Electros, Aegislash, and Landorus left, and Landorus isn't going to status me. I have no idea what Aegislash does. I'm not even entirely sure if that thing gets Will-O-Wisp. So it might have been better to just blow the Lumberry now, before he can like knock off with like Landorus or something like that. So I'm just going to go for the player off here and pick off the Electros because that thing was a threat to the rest of my team. And we're in a pretty commanding position here as he brings out Aegislash. Now, this is basically the turn of a mind game here. I didn't actually notice that he was floating on an air balloon there, by the way. I thought he could have been... I thought he could have been like weakness policy or something, to be honest. So I was kind of scared to attack him. And I also know that most Aegislashes run King Shield too, and so I was expecting him to King Shield turn 1 because I'm a +2 Mimikyu sitting in your face right here. Like, do you want to lose the game right now, or do you want to put me at neutral and potentially live a hit next turn? So in my mind, he was going to click King Shield here and put my attack to neutral, which actually wouldn't have been the worst thing because I'm pretty sure I still would have done a ton of damage with Shadow Snake, and I still had a lot of things in the back that could deal with this. So the better play here would have been to just click Shadow Claw, but instead I click Sword Stance, thinking that he's going to King Shield, and then I'll be able to just win the game with Mimikyu right away. So I'm going to click Sword Stance here, like if you see, and he's actually just going to click the Shadow Claw and go into Blade form here, which is super bad for me. It's really bad, actually. Clicking Shadow Claw there was 100% the play. I would have saved a lot of differential this game if I had just done that. But now we're going out into Rotom here. I'm just going to go into Rotom and lock myself in Overheat. He's going to King Shield up. So we do see that he has the King Shield. I still don't know if he's got priority with Shadow Sneak or anything like that. That could be really dangerous later. He's just going to sack off his Landorus now, and he's only down to Aegislash, but his Aegislash is at full HP, and my Rotom is at -2 special attack right here. He can just King Shield up again, and he's actually living a -2 special attack Overheat in Shield form. So as long as he's in Shield form, he's fine. I'm just going to go out into Manaphy and sack it off here. Worst case scenario, he autotomizes, which is exactly what happens here. So this is a really bad scenario for me now because he's +2 speed. He has enough King Shields to just like lower the attack of all my Mons, and he can start OHKOing things with Shadow Claw, which is really bad. So we're in a position to actually lose this game, even though it's 4-1. He's just going to go into Blade form here and use Shadow Claw and kill off my Manaphy, which I was okay with. I was fine with just sacking Manaphy there. I'm going to go into Mienshao here. He's going to click the King Shield, which is going to stop me from getting a knockoff on this thing, and we're going to be at -2 attack now. Again, really bad. He had already seen my knockoff, and so now he's going to go into Blade form and Shadow Claw because he's faster than me. Luckily, that defense investment is actually paying off, and we live on 11, and we get a knockoff crit, and we kill the Aegislash, and we win the game. I believe 2-0, yeah, 2-0 because our Life Orb recoil kills us. There's the breakdown there. So, Scarf Rotom Heat actually putting in a ton of work this week for us. Life Orb Mienshao doing a ton of work too. I'm always happy with Mimikyu, always happy with Manaphy. Magearna didn't even get to hit the field. Honestly, I should have been running Shadow Ball as tech to hit the Aegislash with my Magearna. For some reason, I put Flash Cannon on there, and I was like, oh, Flash Cannon's better to hit the Gardevoir, because it was Stab, not realizing to myself that he has 2 Ghost types and a Gardevoir, and the only thing that he could possibly immune to Shadow Ball with is Silvally Normal on his team. So I really should have, if I was running Shadow Ball on Magearna, none of that late game craziness would have happened because Aegislash would have just died to a Shadow Ball. But we do pick up the win 2-0 against Wow and the Buenos Aires Bunnelbies. So now we are 3-2 with a +6 differential, sitting in a pretty good spot actually to move on throughout the rest of the season. In week 6, we were supposed to be taking on Mugen, who did drop out of the league, I believe, like right at the end of week 5. So we have Doppelganger taking over, and he changed the team name to the Newcastle United. There are no notable drops to talk about against him, but this should be a pretty fun game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So. Yeah, moving on into week 6, the League of Extraordinary Trainers, and I will see you guys for week 6.